from your stomach to your intestines. You just may not be adjusted to the foods again yet. As I said, I don't believe in eliminating any foods from my diet. If you tell yourself you can never have something again, at least in my case, that's when I get anxious, and it's like, oh, I can never have that again, and I can never have that again. And so I focus on it. Everything is okay in moderation. It may take only 1 or 2 bites to satisfy me, or just as long as I know that I can have some of it again. I'm just not going to eat it as a primary food anymore like I used to, or eat as much of it. I can give you, for example, back at Halloween, my friend and I have a tradition. We give out candy every year, and have for I don't know, past 10 years or so, and we always order a pizza a piece, a large pizza from Pizza Hut with everything on it. And when I was before surgery, I would do my best to eat the entire pizza in the 3 hours we were handing out candy. 8 large slices. I usually would come home with 2 or 3. This past year, I had a slice and a half, and I was done. I could not hold any more, even though I wanted to eat more of it. I ate like a slice, and I was pretty full. Waited 30 minutes or so, ate half another slice, and was full to the top again. Even though my cravings were kicking in, and I wanted to eat more, I could not eat more. And before the 3 hours were over, I finally managed to nibble on that last half slice and get it down. So realistically, I could have stopped after 1 slice and been good for the rest of the night, but I really wanted to eat the pizza, so I kind of let myself overeat on it. But that's just the difference between then and now. Eating back then I ate 6 slices to be happy and full. Now I eat a slice and a half, and I'm happy and full. Now, pre-surgery, 2 years ago, I did eat healthy food. I just ate a lot of healthy food. When I eat vegetables, I ate a lot of vegetables. I ate a lot of lean meat. I had a problem controlling my excess calories because even though I was eating healthy stuff, low fat, sometimes low calorie, high protein foods, I basically had been living on low carbohydrate, high protein Atkins style diet for years. It's just, even though people were successful in Atkins diet, I was still eating so much of everything that my body was storing excess calories. And with the sleeve, the restriction, I just don't have those, I don't have the room for it anymore. One of the things I think has changed the most is when they removed my stomach. They also removed the production of ghrelin from my system. Ghrelin is called the hunger hormone. It's supposed to be produced in your stomach, and so the bigger your stomach is, the more ghrelin you produce, and it sends these hunger signals to your brain indicating you need to eat again. And when they removed my stomach, all those ghrelin production pumps in my stomach were removed as well. So I think that's where a lot of my head hunger went, and it just went right out the window. Or maybe I was just so sick of my life that I had a placebo effect. I'm not sure. I don't care. It worked. It was the best $5,000 I've ever spent in my life. The main thing I'd like you to get out of this is that any type of weight loss surgery requires work. In the beginning, you're going to have a honeymoon period where things are going to be great. You're going to be amazed at how fast the weight's dropping off, and it's going to be really easy not to overeat because you won't be able to tolerate the foods. You won't have the space to hold it. So it takes very little discipline on your part to succeed. After a few months, the honeymoon period is going to be over. For me, it was right at 6 months, and suddenly I could tolerate more foods. I actually kind of felt like my sleeve, the swelling had completely gone away, and my sleeve kind of relaxed. I could hold more food. So weight loss surgery will give you more control over how much you eat and what you eat, and it's up to you to really choose the right things. So you can still, even though you can only hold so much, you can still eat garbage and high fat, high sugar foods, and at first they may or may not prevent you from losing weight, but over time your stomach's going to relax, it's going to have more room in it, and you'll be able to eat more often. So and weight loss surgery is not a cure for any kind of psychological issues with food I truly don't believe I ever ate because I was stressed or because I was lonely or because I was anxious, anything like that. Mine, I believe, was primarily tied to all the adrenaline production in my stomach, constantly sending my brain signals that I was hungry. So if a lot of my food issues had been tied to psychological things, I would probably need to have attended some type of psychological counseling or nutritionist counseling or group counseling just to discuss my feelings and why I was feeling the way I was and how I was feeling. So if you do have psychological issues tied to your food, the magic of the sleeve or the gastric bypass, it won't last forever because you'll wind up going back to your same old habits when you get stressed out or you're feeling blue. So I would really encourage anyone to think about why they're eating or overeating, and when they eat, try to stop for a second and pinpoint why you're overeating. Are you really hungry? Is your stomach growling at you? Are you eating because your head is telling you that you want a certain flavor, or your head's telling you you're hungry? Or is it you're stressed out? Are you tired? Are you lonely? Or did you just see something on TV and it triggered you wanting to eat? So really try to figure out what is causing you to eat when your stomach is not growling at you and you're truly not hungry. Let's see some of the top things I noticed over the past year, the changes I've noticed. All my cravings for certain flavors are gone, even though I still get tempted by the sight of certain foods. But those random cravings are gone forever now. There was a major change in how much I could eat at 6 months and again at 1 year. After the say the 12, 13 month mark, it all leveled off. I'm still eating a cup to a cup and a half of food per meal. It has not increased, and I'm deliberately aware of how much I'm eating, so I don't get in the habit of eating more, even though sometimes I can eat more. I try to be aware of at the point where I'm satisfied. I like to remember a saying that Bill Cosby said in one of his acts. He was talking about I believe his grandfather, and his grandfather used to brag about the fact that he never got full in his life, meaning he would eat, but he would never eat to the point of being stuffed. He would get to the point where he was satisfied and then walk away. So I like that saying. It's much easier for me to get cold now. I've always had multiple inches of insulation on my chest, back, and front, and stomach, and my legs. So my legs and chest and stomach were always warm, and my arms were always warm. But now with the weight loss, my skin is really, really, really thin on my hands and on my feet. And man, that cold winter wind around here, it just feels like a knife slicing through my skin. So I got to wear gloves quite a bit of the time. Have to wear long johns under my clothes, starting around November and up through March, till we get back to some warmer weather. I sit around here and shiver like a chihuahua. It's a good non-scale victory. I can live with it. I'll take that over the weight any day. The other thing I noticed after about 6 months was I had lost so much of my butt that I can feel my tailbone moving under my skin now. At first it was it was an annoyance. When I get in the car, I could feel my skin sliding over my coccyx, the tailbone. At work, I had to start putting pillows in my chairs. Right now, at home, I've got a pillow in my chair, so it was an easy fix. I've always had a flat butt. Now it's really flat. What little bit of butt I had is completely gone. I mean, it looks like a washboard back there. It's like another non-scale victories I had was sometime in the first year I woke up with a sharp pain in my side. It's like, and occasionally I'll roll over something in my bed, like a lump of comforter, or one of my pillows will get under my side or something, and it'll be uncomfortable. So I reached under my side trying to figure out what the heck I rolled over on, and I felt, and I dug around, and it's like There's nothing under there. What the hell is this? It's like, it's my ribs. I can feel my ribs. I've never felt my ribs before in my life. So I thought that was another funny non-scale victory. I can now buy stuff off the clearance rack. You used to, going to the stores, finding anything in 3X and 4X was a real chore because they're, number one, they don't stock very much of it. Number two, there are other, overweight people who are looking for the same things you're looking for because they can't find clothes either. So, like this shirt here, this was on the clearance rack at Walmart. I think I paid like either $5 or $3 for it. They had, I think, 3 of these shirts, these exact same black and white striped shirts. I bought all 3 of them. It's just amazing how tempted I am now to buy all kinds of shirts because I have so many options now available, and it seems like everything is just so cheap. I can get clothes all day long for $5 to $9 that look really nice to me and are the kind of style I like. So another great non-scale victory in that. Another non-scale victory, I don't feel like I have to hide or be embarrassed when I eat in front of people anymore. For years and years, when I had to eat in front of people, I was so embarrassed by being so overweight that I would only, get a small portion or what I considered a normal sized portion of food, even though I was dying inside to get more food. But I wouldn't overeat in front of people. I would come back, like at work, if there was a birthday party or leftover food from a workshop or something, I would make multiple trips to the kitchen and sneak food wrapped up in paper towels or make sure no one was around, and I would scurry back to my office and store it at my desk just to make sure I could feed my cravings. So it's a great feeling to feel like you look like you're about the same size as everybody else, and you don't feel embarrassed to eat in front of them thinking everybody's looking, oh, look at that fat pig, he's eating in front of, he shouldn't be eating that slice of cake. I don't know, it's just it's a world of difference. Drinking alcohol, I never have been a big drinker. A big drinking night for me is 2 12-ounce cans of beer or a couple of margaritas. And I'm the kind of person that when I get a buzz going on, I love the world and I want to go to bed. Alcohol just puts me to sleep. It slows my system down and I get tired and want to just go to bed. Other friends of mine in high school, they get drunk and they want to go driving. They wanted to take off. Not me. Alcohol does seem to work faster in my system now. Maybe it's because I went so long without alcohol, my tolerance went down, but I've noticed that if I take, say, an ounce shot of tequila, it'll immediately hit me within 10 or 15 minutes real quick, and then it will leave almost as quick. Used to, alcohol would affect me for half an hour, and it just seemed like it would linger on. Now it does not linger. I mean, it's really weird the speed at which it goes through my system. So if I want to stay drunk now, I have to constantly drink. Try not to drink too much because it's just empty calories in my mind. But I plan accordingly. I cut back on how much I'm eating that evening in order to make up for the calories I'm taking in from the alcohol. A lot of people ask questions on the forum about coffee and soda and popcorn and caffeine, and many people are really afraid they can never have those again. I was drinking coffee, I don't know, probably the second week I was back to work, which was the end of 30 days. My first 2 weeks, Frankensleeve wouldn't tolerate anything but Crystal Light and sugar-free popsicles. That's really all I ate for the first 9 or 10 days. Then I started being able to eat cream of mushroom soup a little bit. It was tolerated pretty well. So Crystal Light and cream of mushroom soup were the only things I really had as far as food for the first 30 days. I don't know, I tried coffee to see how I could handle it because I really miss the energy I get from the caffeine. I don't really like coffee, I like the caffeine. So I started drinking coffee a little bit at a time, a sip here, a sip there for the first couple of days, and I didn't seem to have a problem with it. And that's how I really test all my foods. I'll eat like a teaspoon of a new food when I was having to test my foods. Eat a teaspoon of food or take a teaspoon-sized swallow of the liquid, wait 5 minutes, take another teaspoonful, wait 5 minutes, and that was a tried and true proven system for me. Frankensleeve did not complain in that 10-minute period. He was good to go with the food.